As they called her back in the day, Cleopatra. Am I right, homies? Everybody.
This guy.
Now I know that that's probably how the intro to my video is going to be, because I have been recording for a bit just to be sure that I got good shit in case anything happened. The video is just going to start out with Cleopatra. Am I right, guys? And then my intro. Gentlemen, welcome backstage. Yes. This is the show where I talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. You can just sit back, relax, grab a snack, and listen to us talk about random shit. Today, I brought along my friends so that we could talk about our childhood video game dramas. Do you guys want to introduce yourself?
No.
What an introduction. All right.
It's okay. Guma's over here fucking drinking Jägermeister for his freaking throat. He's got a little sore throat.
I don't feel everything.
He's okay.
That's going in the edit. All right. So anyways, I'm joined by Guma, my good friend.
Hello.
Red, my good friend, and my community calls you the Mexican calculator.
¿Qué onda pues? ¿Cómo están todos?
And Ranger, my lover. So I have gathered you guys here today because I wanted to talk about some childhood video game traumas, because we're all a bunch of nerds who played games, and for some reason developers were putting really weird shit into video games when we were younger that I still don't entirely understand. Like, the example that I wanted to start off with, that I'll just give you guys, there's a lot of dead kids in Pokemon. There is a lot of dead children in Pokemon.
I didn't think about it like that, but yeah.
It's literally like every Pokemon game has like some kind of ghost, and most of those ghosts are kids. There's just people floating around. There's dead kids all over the place. And a bunch of the ghost type Pokemons are like, this is the spirit of a dead child, or here is the way that this Pokemon lures children into the woods to kill them. It's like, why are there so many dead kids in Pokemon?
Why not?
Yeah, because why not?
It's a kids game, and they're like, this is reality. Kids die.
I mean, it's just like the old... It's just like that old creepypasta that apparently the original game in Japan, whenever kids got to Lavender Town, I think it was, like, it prompted them to kill themselves. So there was like hundreds or thousands of kids that killed themselves because of there was like a certain frequency in the song that like resonated in their brain that made them
binaural beats. I remember, Lavender Town Syndrome.
John Lennon.
I'm pretty sure that was defunct, but still, like,
absolutely, because the second part of that creepypasta is if you ran the original audio through a spectrogram, it would like put unknowns into the song. Like, there were unknowns in the spectrogram of the song that spelled out something like "go away" or something creepy like that.
Die.
Yeah, kill yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Kill yourself.
That shit.
You should kill yourself now.
The Pokemon told me to.
Give somebody else a piece of that oxygen.
The Pokemon told me to.
Was Unknown even
killing myself?
in that?
No, Unknown didn't come out until the second generation. So like, that's why it's like.
I was gonna say.
And also like, who puts an 8-bit song through a spectrogram, and why would the speakers of a Game Boy be able to produce audio that you could do that on a spectrogram to, and it sound like a normal thing? It was stupid.
Like, what really fucked me up as a kid was like I got like PTSD every time I played it. So for those have played the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets game on the PS2, there was other versions of it, like depending on like what console you played it on, but I'm pretty sure it's in all the versions. But I played the PS2 one. But there is a beginning scene in Diagon Alley where you had to help the poor family, the Weasley family's daughter, Jenny, to get her stuff back because she couldn't teleport correctly because she's a dumb right? So you had to go all around Diagon Alley, breaking into people's homes, getting their her shit back. But one of them was like this rundown pet shop run by this old, like grouchy, like dude that did not care about you whatsoever, right? And you had to sneak in there.
Yeah.
Because if he saw you, all of a sudden just blare this super loud, like scary music, and it's like, "Oh, I'm coming after you! Like I see you! Come back here!" And you know, as
I'm
like
coming
an
for ya.
8-year-old, like as like an eight or 7-year-old, I'm like, "Holy shit, this guy!" So I'm like trying to
Child's
hurry.
first introduction to a jump scare.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Original Jeffrey Epstein.
I was thinking that too. like
Here, hold on. Let
you're
me see if I can
thinking
find a
that,
picture
like,
of him.
he's looking at you like, "I'm coming to get you, kid," but in actuality, he's just sitting there, "I'm coming, kid." It's like, ah, that would be, you know, that scare me in any game. But I think pets are terrifying. That would be the worst thing to run into in a childhood video game.
Let me see if I can find a picture of this asshole.
I don't think I want to see his asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right. I don't think I want to see the guy's asshole either.
Wizard Goatsy. It'd be really funny if this was like a Super Mario 64's personalized thing. It was only your copy that had the wizard. Like just specifically your copy of Harry Potter and Chambers of Secrets had the wizard pencils in it. Have you guys heard that weird theory that every copy of Super Mario 64 is personalized?
No.
I have not. No.
Oh, this is another like creepypasta theory that sprouted up on the internet like a couple of years ago that says that like every single copy of Super Mario 64 is personalized for the individual that has it and has played it, because apparently there's weird anomalies and stages and things that people don't remember or never got to in other people's versions of Super Mario 64. It's just a weird, like, kind of creepy theory that they kind of someone put forward. I was like, oh, what if every single copy of Super Mario 64 was personalized to the individual, because we had that technology in the 90s.
Yeah.
And because companies totally wanted their games to cost like millions of dollars to make for one game.
I know, right?
Yeah, right.
Because like it's like, oh, what if also the coding, like the amount of effort it would take and the amount of like people you would need to individually code every single copy of Super Mario 64 to be slightly different or majorly different from the other. It's like, my God, you're right. Like, you know, we're complaining about games costing $70 now. Super Mario 64 would have cost like $1 million. It's like, why? Every single copy is personalized.
Yeah. Every single copy is different. Like, you have to literally get each copy individually to have a different experience. Good luck trying to make a playthrough of that.
I know, right? Good luck
speedruns a little bit more difficult.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, speedrunners gonna fucking start spinning in their fucking goddamn chairs. Like, what is this?
You guys had the backwards long jump. We had the sideways windmill wall jump. And it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's probably an actual Super Mario 64
even mean? What is he
speedrunning
speaking?
strategy.
Speaking Portuguese?
That's how it feels sometimes looking at like.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Looking at speedruns for like N64 games, this is just like, all right, you got to get to this island and you got to perform the rectal anal exam backwards flipping colonoscopy to skip the entire dungeon and make it to the next stage. It's like, the fucking what?
The average COD Zombies Easter egg.
Dude,
Fucking love COD Zombies. Fuck, I remember I dragged Cass's ass along with me to do an Easter egg one time, and I do not think he enjoyed it.
I had
Wait,
fun.
which one did you do?
I had fun, and I just didn't get the Easter egg when it happened. You're like, look at this, and I was like, what is happening? And you're like, God damn it. All right. Red Ranger, do you guys have any childhood video game traumas that come to your mind?
There's one that comes to my mind, but it's kind of weird in a way.
Oh, the weirder the better, please.
So it's really fucking dumb. I'm gonna preface this now. It is really fucking dumb what happened. But basically, when I was just a wee lad, when I first moved into my, where I live now, back when I was just a wee dragon boy, I was really into playing the game Spyro 2, like, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, the classic game, of course.
Yeah.
And there was this one level. It was like a volcano style level. And for whatever reason, like the day after I beaten it, or like the night after I beaten it, I went to bed and for whatever reason I got a weird ass nightmare where I'm in my like kindergarten classroom and there's a volcano going on outside and it just fucking was the weirdest shit ever. I don't remember it very well, unfortunately.
Wait,
Oh,
how does Spyro connect to volcano kindergarten dream?
Because I imagine, like, I don't know what it was, but I'm assuming it was the fact that I was on a volcano in the Spyro level, and I was getting my ass burnt by the lava down below. That somehow subconsciously that night I just fucking dreamed that there was a volcano right outside like my kindergarten, and like the only way to survive was to hop on a jungle gym.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's hella
Yeah,
specific.
like I said,
Yeah.
And
it's
how old were
very
you?
weird.
How old were you in this?
Bro, dreamt the
when
side
this happened?
quest.
Bro, I don't fucking know. I was like,
Were you in
He dreamt
kindergarten?
the side quest.
I was
God
gonna
damn.
say-
yeah, I was like in
Okay.
kindergarten.
Oh, okay.
I was like 5 years old or some shit. I was a wee lad.
I was a wee lad. All right. Childhood video
Crazy.
game traumas. Red.
All right, this one's kind of stupid too. Like
love
this one's like
stupid.
really fucking stupid because I don't understand why this freaked me out as a kid. I still to this day don't know why. But all right, there's this awesome game on the Nintendo 64 called Donkey Kong 64, and
Based.
for some ass reason, I was like in the 4th grade or something. This is when I used to go to Mexico to go visit my family back then, and they had an N64 and we played a bunch of games. Donkey Kong 64 was one of them. For some ass reason, every single time I saw fucking King K. Rool, the villain of the game, it terrified me. It fucking genuinely terrified me, and my family used to fuck with me all the time because I could not play that game because of that guy. And honestly, I think it was the eye. If you take a look at how he looks like, it's the eye.
Mhm.
The eye just like creeped me the fuck out. Like he has one bulging bloodshot red eye. Like he just looked like he fucking like just snorted a whole pound of cocaine or something, and it's just like
yeah, I
on
see
some
what you're talking
speed, and
about.
it's just
I'm talking about it to you.
the eye.
Yeah.
The fucking eye freaked me
see
out as a
that.
kid. And in the game, he would show up and he would just be huge as hell. Like he would just be big as just like oh. And they're like, go fight that villain. Me in the corner, fucking losing it. Like I was just behind a pillow, pissing myself. Like it was crazy. Then there was this one time when I was trying to beat the game, and they turn off the lights when you're about to fight him, and he like pops up out of nowhere, and then like they knew that was coming, and they turn off the lights on purpose. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then my family comes out of nowhere, my cousin comes out of nowhere. He just fucking just scares me. He's like, ah, and I'm like, ah, and I almost shit myself. I actually farted. Like I remember farting. That's how
Farted,
scared
oh,
it
shit
was.
came out.
And they were
Dude.
like, really? Yeah, I think I'm about to shit myself. I was like, dude, I don't know why, but for some reason that design just terrified me as a kid. Don't know why.
You know, I found this image I want to share here in the group chat because it's pretty kind of freaky. I can see why you were scared as a kid, but also I kind of am laughing at it because it looks like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare.
Yes. That's the fucking part where he pops up and he's big as and he's just like, oh, you can't stop me, Donkey Kong and friends. Oh, that shit right there. Fucking traumatized me, dude.
I think I just activated dun 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 fear.
Yeah, literally. Exactly.
Dude.
Fear is back. Like what the
That actually reminds me of like one of the other ones I wanted to talk about. Was everybody knows that my favorite game of all time is Legends of Majora's Mask. I have a tattoo of it on the back of my hand. But I legitimately could not play like the last like quarter of that game with the volume on for the longest time because the end, not like the end, but like one of the last segments that you go to in Majora's Mask is the like Valley of Akana, which is like super depressing.
Oh yeah.
And like creepy.
Yeah.
And specifically, Ranger knows where I'm going with this. Specifically, in the center of the Valley of Akana is like this music box house. Like the windmill, or not the windmill, the watermill turns and it plays this like really creepy circus music that like wards off the mummies. And a part of the game, you have to like sneak into the house to try to like, I don't remember exactly like why you needed to or what hinted me to do it, but like I went into the house and like there's nobody in it and you're searching around the house and then you go down the stairs and it leads to this basement. I shit you not, like a jump scare, out of the broom closet pops out a half man, half mummy in the creepiest looking fucking design, and he's like moaning and screaming at you. It is like my first jump scare experience because there's no indication that's gonna happen. There's no like anything that warns you what's going on. You just walk downstairs and here's this mummy and he's crawling out of the closet. He's like, it's like, oh my God. I had to play that. After that, I played like the rest of the game with the sound completely off. It's like, nope, can't do it. And like, it's pretty fucking creepy too. Hold on, let me find.
What's funny?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because he gives you the Gabriel mask. That's what he gives you.
I say, like, going back to like what Red said, and something similar was like that for me when I was playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is where
I know exactly where you're going with this.
And that is the very, like, I think it's like the first boss, Goma.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking Goma. No, I was thinking something way worse than Goma.
I know where you're going. We can get to that one. I think I know exactly where you're going. So Guma, you continue.
Yeah.
But like every time, it actually made me not play it anymore. Like after like I got to that, alcohol. And when I got to that part, because I was playing it on my sister's Nintendo, and she was letting me play it, and I finally got to this part, and I'm like, I don't want to play no more. I don't like this. And honestly, I think Legend of Zelda is probably where I got my fear of arachnids from.
I can believe that. Because, yeah, so Red, do you see what Goma looks like there in the group chat?
Yeah, I see it,
you see Twilight Princess's version.
That one, oh my God, yeah. But that guy is like maybe 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first boss of the game.
Honestly, enough, I was never scared of Goma.
That surprised me because I know you're super arachnophobic.
I don't know why. Yeah, fucking Twilight Princess Goma. Yeah, I was terrified of that.
Oh
but
yeah, because
that
that's
one, not
literally
so
a
much.
giant spider. Like a giant black widow spider with an eye on its ass. It's like, nope.
Yeah, that. Nope. I'm arachnophobic too. That.
I
Yeah,
actually
but
don't
I honestly,
remember Twilight Princess Goma.
Just Google it real quick. You'll see what it's just a tarantula with a fucking eye on its back.
And of course, this
no,
is when
I don't like that.
I was about to say, and this is when Zelda's HD. So like,
When there's actually graphics.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we can all agree like the N64 like was creepy. Or at least like N64 Zelda was pretty creepy because I know Ranger, I know what you want to talk about. You go ahead and tell them about the Shadow Temple and all that shit.
Yeah, so there's one boss that's honestly scarier than any other enemy in the entire series. It's 2 words. Dead Hand.
Yup.
Oh.
Creepiest motherfucker in the entire series.
That's like a Dark Souls
I can see that being
like
a
terrifying boss.
Yeah. That is like a Dark Souls-esque boss in a fucking kids game.
Like I could see that being in like one of the Silent Hill games.
It does. It looks like something that should be like in an actual horror game, not a fucking Zelda game.
And you know what's the best thing about
that's an SCP gang. What the fuck?
It literally is.
Yeah, it does look like an SCP. You're right.
And you want to know what's really funny?
096.
That's a mini boss. That's not the boss of the dungeon.
Yeah.
That's a
Mini boss.
Yeah. He's not even the main bad guy.
I think he's scarier than And I think he's scarier than the main boss.
Yeah, Bongo Bongo is creepy, but God, the fucking Dead Hand, bro. So, Red, have you played Ocarina of Time?
Vaguely, but not really.
So, the thing
Never
about
beat it.
this,
Let's go with that.
here's the thing about this boss. You are sent to go underneath a well in like one of the main towns. And when you go underneath the well, you kind of find that it was a locked away, hidden like torture chamber. Like there's actual like torture scenes throughout the entire like dungeon, and you try to like get your way through, and eventually you end up in this room where the walls and floors are lined with bones, and there are these creepy white hands sticking up all over the room, and you can't get out. So they're not moving, they're not attacking you, they're just sticking straight up out of the ground. So logic dictates, okay, maybe these hands are an enemy and I have to go like attack them. But then as you go to attack the hands, they reach out and they grab you, and then that thing crawls out of the bone floor to come and bite you.
Bruh.
Oh hell no, gang. That's Miyazaki's vision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
straight up. That is some Dark Souls ass shit.
that is horror game. Legitimately, like that is something that would happen in a horror game. Trying to think of any other like video game traumas.
It's so hard because I don't really get traumatized by video games all that much, especially not as a
It's
kid.
not like actual like trauma, but it's like creepy
Yeah.
things that happened in games, which like I was really heavily into that when I was younger, like the creepy things in games. One of the things that really inspired like this specific video was me remembering watching, it was literally a series on YouTube called Creepy Gaming, run by a dude called Mullet Mike, and like that was my shit when I was a kid. And I'd be going out trying to find like creepy Easter eggs and stuff in video games, like ever since I watched that series. It was awesome.
Like one thing that always like makes me panicked when I'm playing a video game is when all of a sudden you're in a stressful mission, and all of a sudden there's a time limit, and just seeing it tick down further and further down until it gets to where it turns red and you have like 30 seconds left. I'm like, oh shit. So you're like even more panicked because you're trying to do whatever you're supposed to do within the time limit, and the mission's already stressful as it is. And it's like just time limits in general, it's like just so stressful. And like,
you know, it's the like the epitome of that, like the main thing I think of when I think of something as stressful as that, drowning in the original Sonic the Hedgehog video games.
That's what I was thinking of too. Yes, drowning.
God. Now that's video game trauma right there. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything
Or
was
like-
traumatizing as a kid, fuck the dead hand, fuck the like creepy Easter eggs. It was that. Oh my God.
I guess one thing that would fucking terrified me back when I first played Skyrim was this fucking one dungeon that was nothing but spiders.
That was like
Yes.
90% of the dungeons.
The
in
ones that come
Skyrim.
from the ceiling and shit when you fall down that waterfall.
Oh, I
don't
know which
remember
one you're
exact-
talking about. That one's in the DLC, but I do think he's talking about because
Yeah, the DLC one.
First dungeon you have to go through in Skyrim, Bleak Falls Barrow. There's that part where like you have to cut down Arvel the Swift, and he was like, "No, get back!" And then a literal like 20-foot tall spider drops from the ceiling out of nowhere to kick your ass.
Yeah,
Might
you're
have been
falling
that
down the
one.
waterfall. You just see a bunch of fucking spiders drop. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's the Dawnguard DLC. There's a part where like you fall off of a bridge and it sweeps you into like a river under a cave. And yeah, there's one part where like these two spiders drop down from the ceiling and look at you and then go into the water with you. And then when you get out of the water, you have to fight them, but they're just floating alongside you for a couple seconds.
Yeah, I remember going and getting a flaming sword before going back and fighting that thing.
like the funny
like,
thing is,
that-
for me, like
what
the
was it called?
normal,
Dawnbreaker,
Like the
that was the
normal-
name.
You got Dawnbreaker to beat up the spider?
Yeah.
You went through. So here's the thing: to get Dawnbreaker, you have to go through an entire dungeon of shadow demons, and you did that.
looking for birds.
Yeah, like literally, if you go and you look at it, the shades in Skyrim look exactly like the shadow demons in the Looking for Beans meme. You have to fight like hundreds of them to get Dawnbreaker. So you literally fought demons to get a sword to fight a spider. Hello, post-recording editing Cass here, and I have to say that this went a little off the walls, as you would expect from 4 VTubers getting together. I kid you not, this recording went on for another 2 hours after that, to which I had to cut down so many of it, to make time, like normal amounts of time for a YouTube video, and 2, because we said some shit. So that concludes the childhood video game trauma section of Backstage. If you guys want to see all of what we recorded, make sure to get this video pretty popular so that I can release that. It's not anything like terrible or anything like that. It just doesn't fit Backstage. So I didn't include it in here. But if we get like, I don't know, 15 likes on this thing, then I can release everything that I recorded for Backstage, which includes some insane jokes like this. If I get anything
I
Overwatch related, just put me on watch. Absolutely, there is somebody out there who makes like Italian brain rot porn, and it makes me want to kill myself. This is not gonna look good to the ladies, man. You gotta be gay now.
Yeah, so by your numbers, a half and a half is 1 plus another 1 that makes 3 because that's 3 people.
Are you
I got my slurs on shuffle. Hold on.
Gotta reshuffle my deck. So anyways, thank you guys for watching Backstage. I will be back with another one here fairly soon. This was Childhood Video Game Traumas with my friends Guma, Red, and Ranger. We had some interesting experiences. I'd like to hear some of your guys' down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that shit I always hate saying. And share this with people if they also enjoy creepy things, the childhood video game traumas, all that kind of stuff. I've got some more interesting backstages planned, not just creepy stuff, not just like the spooky, but some fun stuff that I have planned here too. And I will be back with more of that later. Bye!